let's make our way down onto our back to get started. And just feel this nice connection with earth. Feel gravity supporting us. Breathe the air that's in your space. Nice fresh air. And the questions that we have for today go along the lines of, where does my strength come from? Where does my health come from? Where does my happiness come from? Etc. Insert any type, any way of being into that question. And we're asking, where does it come from? The reason why I'm asking this question is because if it's coming from something external to us, that's okay. That's a good place to get started. I'm happy because I have people that love me or stuff like that. But the hard part is if our joy and happiness and health comes from something external, then we don't have as much control over it. So if crazy things happen in the world, like with the COVID-19 right now, it might take away our joy and our peace and our happiness, even our health. And so that's our question today. Where does it all come from? And can I turn that into something a little bit more internal? Neither's right, neither's wrong. The question is, what's most helpful? Is it most helpful to be dependent, or is it most helpful to build up our own joy, our own peace, our own strength from within, so that we have that source that can never be burnt out? And so those are the line of thinking. That's the line of thinking that we're going to have resting in the back of the mind as we travel through our class today. And just kind of keep it there so that you can gain some intuitive insights, perhaps, about where we would like to have our source of energy come from. It's like, are we working on our powerful nuclear energy source from within, or are we dependent on, the coal, that decomposing dinosaur source that's external to us? So it's kind of that fun little question for us. So with that question to get us started, let's begin. Let's take our knees into the chest. We can do a couple of nice little movements all around. Make sure everything's feeling pretty good, pretty happy. Just checking in with the body. And then from here, let's drop this left foot, even extending it long, and hug hands around this right knee for a moment. Nice little hug. How deeply inward does this knee want to go toward the chest? Just checking in with it. Questions like that help us to get a little bit more internal, rather than being focused on the touch and on the external senses. Can we feel ourselves from within? Good. So from here, curl the head in toward this chest. Let the left leg hover above the ground, and we'll do some nice straight leg switches. The left knee comes in, and then the right knee comes in. We hug around each knee as it travels inward. A nice exhale, 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 exhale. Repeating a few more times. Remember, the higher up you do the leg, the easier it is. The lower, the harder. You can also rest the head down if you need to. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more switch if you need to get to that left knee, and then drop the right leg to the ground. Head rests on the earth. And just continue to pull this left knee in. How deep does this side want to go? Is there a difference between left and right? Feel our heart starting to come alive already. That's what I love about working out. I don't necessarily like the process of doing the exercises, but I really like how I feel afterwards. And I also like getting stronger. I don't like to do the stuff to get stronger, but I like being strong. Let's take another good breath in. Nice exhale. Now start to let this right leg hover. Choose a good angle. You can do the same option, hands switching to the knee each time, or hands hovering. Just the strength of the legs doing the switches. Shoulders can be up or down, your choice. We're going for a few more rounds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Set the feet down. Lift up to bridge pose. If you can clasp hands under your back, clasp them. Walking the shoulders under where it's super high, lifted hips for the bridge pose. From here, just playing around with shimmying our hips. Let the right hip relax down, so no effort from the right leg, hardly at all. And then lift it back up. Left hip drops down. Right, left, right, left. It's almost like a little dance going on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, drop the spine back to the earth. And then from here, bring the fingertips behind the head. As we lift up the head is completely supported, so less of the effort of the neck muscles, which just the hands lifting us up. From here, we do another little set of what we were doing before, one knee coming in at a time. Only this time, any knee that comes in, we're twisting opposite elbow toward that knee. So set up one of your elbows toward the knee. I'm doing left knee, right elbow. And then the other leg extends out. Choose a good angle. When you're ready, begin. Exhale, exhale. Nice twist each time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both knees into the chest, a hand on each knee. Do some nice little circles all around. And then from here, release this left leg all the way back down. Right hand slides up to half happy baby pose. The right hand at the foot, if you can reach for that. If not, grab onto the ankle or the shin, whatever you can reach. Take a nice break for a moment. This is similar to what we did very first thing when we were just trying to hug the knee into the chest. You get those muscles to start opening up right at that hip crease, but you're also going a bit more external in the hip as well. So multiple benefits here. And just enjoy a few good breaths. Beautiful. So while this right side continues to just enjoy this stretch, trying to stay absolutely still or at least as close as possible, we're going to extend the left fingertips above the head, float the left feet above the ground, and then exhale, bring the elbow and the knee together to touch. Inhale, lengthen out long. Exhale, touch. Inhale, long. Try to keep the happy baby set up. If you need to just keep the head rested down, that's okay. If you're doing the crunches with the head, that's also okay. Your personal choice. Kind of a funky little position, but we're trying to keep awareness through both the left and the right sides. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out right away. This right leg gets to release long to the ground. Such a nice break after that happy baby being held. And then left side gets to be up. Just hold for a little while, enjoying that wonderful stretch. As we're getting set up for the working out part, right arm stretches up overhead, right leg hovers, and then exhale, elbow, knee touch, inhale, length. Do whatever you did before with your head, neck, and shoulders. If you did a few crunches up, do the same. If you left it down, that's great. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release this left leg. It gets to go long to the earth. Now the right leg gets to stretch up to the sky. Clasp the hands wherever you can reach it. So hands behind thigh or calf, whatever you can grab a grip of. Straight leg switches this time. The left leg comes up, right leg lowers. And then right leg comes up, left leg lowers. This first set, just use the hands, nice and easy. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. A moment with both knees into the chest. Do a couple of nice little circles. Slide the hands up to the shins, ankles, or feet for both sides with our happy baby pose. A couple of nice little movements here. Okay, and then the last little set, both legs are going to do the straight leg switches. If you need to use hands again, that's fine. If you cannot use hands, the hands are going to be hovering. That'll make it harder, obviously. So start with one leg up, one leg chooses a nice angle, and then exhale, switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobbler's pose on the ground. Bottoms of the feet touch, the knees open. You're absolutely fine just to let yourself passively allow hips to be here, or you can rock around a little bit, almost like that little dance that we did before. One hip just rocking further down and the other one lifting slightly up. It's up to you, whatever feels best in the body at this point. Let's enjoy 3 more good deep breaths, perhaps considering our question again. Where does it all come from? Do I absolutely need external sources? Do I need somebody else's approval? Or can I just do good and be good of my own fruition? Let's begin to bring the knees together. We're lifting the legs straight up to the sky. And with this one, you're gonna want hands pressing into the ground right by your hips. Sometimes I see people also just grab your hands onto the edges of the mat, left and right. So either is perfectly fine. It's whatever helps keep the upper body stable. And then from here, the legs are going to go to 3 different directions. And you can make this easier by not going so far down or by having the knees a bit bent. Those are 2 ways to make this easier. So we're starting off with the legs going directly down, directly up. The next time they go down, they twist up to the left, to the right side. The left hip lifts up a little bit, and then back down through the center, off to the left side, right hip lifts up a little bit. So those are the 3 directions, repeating that over and over. So middle, and right, and left, and middle, right, left. The speed can absolutely be varied. If people are going all the way to the ground, it's obviously going to take a little bit longer to go through all the directions. Remember, exhales. You can take breaks as needed. I'm going to go 2 more rounds to each direction. And when I finish, just let yourself plant the feet. The feet spread as wide as the mat, and a few nice windshield wipers. Knees going left, knees going right. Great work. From here, let's do rolling like a ball. Our goal is to try to balance for a full breath up at the top and then to roll. The roll will be exhale, inhale will bring us up, and then a full breath, exhale, inhale. Okay, so let's work our way back up for the first one, balancing. After a full breath, roll back, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And repeating that a few times. If this is pretty easy, you need to make it harder. Straighten the legs, grabbing a lot closer to the feet. Doing the same thing there. Three more sets of whatever you're doing. Last one. Try to balance just a little bit longer. Try to straighten out the spine a little bit more. Good. Come down to a cobbler's pose. Bottoms of the feet touch, the knees are opening wide, and start to let the spine relax up and over. Beautiful. As we straighten back up, take a little while just to be in simple cross-legged shape. Here we can start moving into our shoulders, adding a little bit more strength through right there. So we're going to extend arms to the left and to the right, make a fist and the thumbs are up. So from here, we're gonna pump up and down. Nice. It's a range of motion, maybe about a foot up and a foot down from this parallel position. So when you're ready, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn the thumbs forward and go forward and backward. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got one more direction, thumbs backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Cross the right arm all the way over the body. Left arm hugs around to pull it in. A nice shoulder stretch. See if you can drop the right shoulder down away from the ear and even lean the head away from that right shoulder. Huge inhale, opens both arms up. And exhale, left arm crosses over. The shoulder drops down, the head leans away from left. Open back up, huge inhale. Good work. Okay, so from here, we are going to bring our straight legs out in front of us. This, once again, is going to help us move through the shoulders. So we start off with the arms down. As we lean partway back, we try to keep the spine as straight as we can. From that angle, the arms lift up and down. And then we straighten all the way back up to staff pose. The arms lift up and down. So you can go absolutely slow, you can go fast, all of this is up to you. But start by leaning back, up and down, and then leaning back up and down. Exhale every time the arms rise. Inhale every time the arms lower. Trying to go for 5 more sets if we're doing okay. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Good. One more little exercise before we take a stretch over both straight legs. So with this one, we plant both of our hands behind us, plant the feet in front of us, and we start by lifting the hips up. It doesn't have to be all the way if that's not accessible. Whatever spot that you're at, what we're doing is bending the elbows and then straightening the elbows, pressing through the triceps and the shoulders. Tricep dips. I'm going to try to go for 10. Obviously, just like normal, you can do more or less. So here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Straighten both legs out in front of us. Inhale, lifts the spine up nice and tall, arms floating. And then exhale, come into a beautiful forward fold. Well deserved. Try to lengthen your spine from the low back, finding a little bit more height, and then see if it's possible to relax back over, even deeper than you were the first time. Okay, so from here, slide the knees in. We're balancing in a nice boat pose. And from boat pose, the hands can be on the knees, on the thighs, or even planted down behind us, whatever will help us out. Whatever we're doing with the arms, the legs are going to be doing bicycles. So one knee comes in, the other one extends and circles out. Okay, choose your variation and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the feet again. Another round of the tricep dips. Maybe going for 10 rounds, maybe more or less. So feet are planted, hands are planted, lift the hips up. And then from here, bending elbows and straightening elbows. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Sitting down, now we're stretching out the triceps. We stretch the triceps by bringing the right hand to the base of the neck, and then the left hand grabs the elbow to pull the elbow midline. The head sometimes hunches forward when we're doing that, so keep the head pushing back so that the spine can be as tall as possible. Opening both arms up for a moment. And then left hand comes to the base of the neck. Right hand grabs the elbow and tries to pull that midline. Again, posture is nice and tall. Okay, open and drop both arms up. Take a moment to roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Feel your whole spine stacked tall. Feel the strength that comes from within to keep us lifted. And just notice, do I tend to lean forward? Do I tend to lean backward? Or can I be directly stacked with my spine? Feel what that feels like, just a slight core engagement, slight back engagement to keep us lifted. Imagine if we had this strong, tall posture all day, every day. Beautiful. So let's head in toward a side elbow plank. The legs extend long to one direction. Feet are stacked or separated. Separated would be a slightly easier version. You can separate forward or backward or whatever feels more natural. One of our elbows is down, the other hand is planted to help our torso have something to balance with. It's almost like a little kickstand. So from here, let's aim for 7 cycles of hip lifts. You can always go more or less. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Resting on the elbow. Another little pose here. Keep the waist lifted. We're not kind of trying to just collapse into that shoulder. We're picking the waist up nice and tall. Again, the top hand is sitting here, planted on the floor in front of us to help us out. So this next little exercise, top leg lifts up, level with the hips. Without the hips shifting like crazy wobbly, we're going to extend the leg forward, that top leg, bend the knee, and then as the leg straightens, it extends all the way behind us. Keep the leg straight as you swing it forward. Bend the knee to straighten it behind. Swing it forward like a rainbow. 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Rest it down for a moment, and then we're going to reverse the direction of that. Okay, so lifting it back up level with the hip. The leg starts off straight behind. It bends to extend forward, and then straight leg stays all the way straight as it goes behind. Bend to go forward, like an unraveling. Just 3 more. And 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take a moment to shift the hips up, swing them over, and then we're on the second elbow. Once again, we're setting up our structure. We're on the bottom elbow, the top hand is a kickstand. Our feet are stacked or separated, conscious choice depending on which you choose. And then we begin 7 sets of our hip lifts. Trying to lift up and down very slowly. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, pausing here. Keep on lifting the waist. It's easy to start collapsing by this point because we're tired, but lift that waist. We're finding as much space between the waist and the ground as possible without obviously arching away from it. Still strong, straight spine. Okay, this is the point where top leg lifts level with the hip. The leg stays straight as it swings forward, and then we bend the knee. Extend that bent leg straight behind. Keep the leg straight as you swing it through the rainbow, forward. Bend to go backward. 3 more, rainbow forward. Bend to go backward. 2, and 1. Good. Rest it down for a moment. One more side, panning up. Okay, lift it level with the hip. This time swing straight backwards, and then bend the knee as you extend like a développé in ballet forward. So straight leg like a rainbow backward, extend forward. And here is 3, and 2, and 1. Great work. Rest. As we come up, let's come directly up into a child's pose. Sitting the hips back for a moment, the arms extend forward. Coming up onto hands and knees. From here, we're going to start off with the right leg extended behind us. Take that right knee to the nose. Extend it back, bend the knee, and then pump this right leg up to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifting with the last one. Bend the elbows like a little push-up, and then go all the way back up. That was one full set. Straightening the leg back out to take the second set, knee into chest. Swivel the knee to bend so that foot is above the knee, pumping up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then push up. 3 more rounds. Knee to the chest. Swivel it up, pumping up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Last one on this side. Knee to the nose. Swivel it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Great work. Plant the right toes at the back of the mat. Press back for a nice calf and even hamstring stretch for that side. You don't have to be lifting off the ground like I am. For me, in order to feel it, I have to be this high though, so up to you. Okay, lowering right knee down. We got 5 complete sets for the second side. So left leg back, knee to the nose, swivel it up, pump up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push up. Good. Repeating 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push up. And 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push up. And 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push up. And 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push up. Great work. Plant those left toes at the back. A nice stretch for that side. If you're ready for a full downward facing dog, find that pose. Any movement you'd like to take is welcome. Eventually working our way up toward the top of the mat. Enjoy this nice release for a few moments. Another good inhale. Nice exhale. Inhale, circle through the side, stretch up, arch back. And hands to the heart. Okay. From here, we're adding in strength of the arms. At the same time we do squats, essentially like a chair pose. So bring your big toes to touch, heels are separated just a little bit. That brings us into an alignment where the knees won't be hurt by chair pose. If the knees are like wide and then we like get them knocking inward as we start to go down, that can eventually tweak the knees over time. So instead, big toes touch, heels are slightly separated. And we begin with arms down, a really tall standing position, mountain pose. Feel the strength that's required to have height. The light core engagement, light back engagement, shoulders slightly back. This is where we return to each and every time. So from here is the arms swivel forward and up. We sit the hips back. We're about to sit into a chair as low as you possibly can. Straighten all the way back up, feel the height. We're gonna try for 9 more of those, so 10 total. So arms up, sit very low, and then raise back up. 8. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Trying to balance from here. We're trying to take the right ankle up onto the left thigh. Just a nice little balance. Looks like this, figure 4 shape. See if you can lean forward enough to bring one hand onto the knee, one hand onto the ankle, and then sit back almost like a little chair. So this is helping to prop this right hip open, getting that hip stretch there. And a little bit of work for the leg, the standing leg. Okay, standing on right foot, left ankle comes up, leaning forward into it. Feel that same nice stretch through the hip. Okay, we're heading to our last couple of things before we finish up with some nice stretches. So this one, our torso is going to be leaning forward and it's stuck at that angle. We're standing on the left leg the entire time, and then our arms go up as the right leg goes back. So essentially we're almost like an airplane, just a nice straight angle, legs up to fingertips. So from this nice angle, what we're going to do is contract. Exhale, bringing the knee in toward the chest, the elbows in, and then extend back out, arms long, leg long. The standing leg is welcome to be a little bit bent just to kind of have that stability. And so we're going for 10 here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, standing on the right leg. Left leg goes to that angle behind. Arms reach up to the long angle. And then everything in at this angle, going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Standing up tall at the top of the mat. Feel the height in the body again, no longer leaning forward. Nice and long spine as we circle the arms up to the sky, so much height. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, hands down. Hands start to walk back. Do a nice downward facing dog. Shifting forward, pause in a plank for just a moment. Continue to rock the shoulders forward, squeezing the elbows in, lower chaturanga. A beautiful back bend. In the back bend, it's not just about crunching the low back. This is about extending the spine so that we can feel the belly stretch. You don't have to be on hands. You can be on elbows if you wish. And take a moment with child pose. Back up to a kneeling position. Swing the right arm up to the sky. Pause, a few nice little wrist rolls. And then thread the right shoulder all the way under and through to the ground. If you're working on the shoulder stretch, you're gonna try to keep the left shoulder squared down as much as you can. If you're working on the spinal rotation, you may push that left hand into the ground, or you may wind that left hand around the low back. Totally up to you where it's best for you to take this. Maybe play with both and then choose one. hand down, unwind the shoulder, take a nice little cat and a cow. Maybe one more round. And then left arm threads up to the sky, pause, do a few nice twist rolls. And swing it under and through, resting down for a moment. Again, take the same variation you did before, maybe winding around the spine, or maybe dropping shoulder down. Good. Plant your right hand, pressing into it to help unwind. Take a few cat-cows or any other movement that just seems helpful right now. As we're continuing to wrap up and cool down our body, let's head toward a beautiful pigeon pose. So lifting up to a nice downward facing dog, straighten the right leg up to the sky, and the right knee comes under and through. Remember, if you need to make this more about the hip, you're welcome to make the knee into more of a square shape, like a 90-degree angle. Less about the hip is tucking the toes in. That one's more about hip flexor, so the front of that left hip. So either way, find a good arrangement and drop down to elbows. A few good resting breaths. Eventually planting the hands, tuck the back toes, try to lift directly up to three-legged dog. And drop this right foot down. Left leg finds a chance to lift. Swing it under and through. Pigeon pose, same variation we did on the other side, keeping our body in a good balance. Okay, last down dog. Tuck the back toes. Try to swing directly up to three-legged dog. And then we begin to head toward the direction of our Shavasana pose. Laying all the way down comfortably. Perhaps use your core, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. If we're all the way down and our body is definitely craving a last pose or two, take some time to do those last little things until eventually your body and your mind are ready to simply breathe and relax. Giving ourselves at least a few minutes of peace before we head into the rest of our day. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Little movements to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually rolling over to a nice fetal position on one side. Take several more good deep breaths. This is a beautiful chance of serenity in our day. So make it last for as long as possible. Eventually pressing up to a comfortable seated place. As we're here, we join our hands together in front of the heart. And we consider one more time those questions that we started with. Is it external or internal? Where does my health come from? Where does my happiness come from? Where does my peace come from? And again, neither's right, neither's wrong. But we ask ourselves, what's the most sustainable way to be? And so with these questions to help lead us onward into this marvelous day we have ahead of us, let's wrap up the time we got to share together with the sound of Om. Inhaling together now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.